what do I do? You locking in on Storm? No, it's a team game. Team games. I'm about to be like the item. I'm about to be item for the next couple of years, dude. People are gonna fucking hate me because I'm just like, these games are fucking memes. I say as a Guilty Gear Strive player. Thoughts on it being 4v4? It's unprecedented, no? Dude, this must be so insane that they fucking announced this the day that they released the Street Fighter Season 3. Like, the actual day, like, everyone is like, Mai is so hot. And then they fucking dropped this. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, actually. Nah. I'm sorry, Justin. I gotta take Storm from you, bro. I'm sorry, that's my main. Sorry, Buzz. That's me, bro. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Justin Wong's married. I'm not. Sorry, Buzz. God fucking damn it. Oh my god, I'm so mad. We gotta play team games. Why can't they just do a 1v1, bro? All right, okay, let's read the blog post. All right, so let's begin. This is the LK stream. This is not the everyone smiles and is happy stream. This is the LK stream. This is the first thing people are gonna say is scrubby about this game. Team versus fighting games have a long tradition of 2v2 or 3v3 formats, so this is something we discussed in depth within the development team. We went back and forth many times from thinking we might be better off making a 1v1 game or sticking to the established 3v3 format. This is what people are going to say. They basically don't trust that people can learn multiple characters, so they made the game like quote-unquote 1v1, but you can like call assists and shit. Additionally, one of the appeals of Marvel Comics is seeing the vast cast of characters coming together to create all types of unique team-ups. With these two ideas in mind, we concluded that creating a 4v4 verse system would be the best way to not only create those over-the-top moments, but to further evolve the tag fighting genre. Damn, people are saying, right, Holma? Okay, 2x is free. This, you know you're gonna pay money for this. Today is just the beginning of a new journey. Okay, so they didn't say that much. We gotta play a fucking team fighter, bro. They're really doing it to me. Alright, so from the beginning, people must have lost their fucking mind, because this must have been like so deep in the woods, dude. And then I bet, oh my god, dude, if next year is the year of team games somehow, like if they announce another team game, because what, this is 4v4 and then there's a 2v2, so if someone announced a 3v3, oh my god, bro, please, bro. Please, bro. Luffy, save me, please. I want to get on a fucking boat, bro. Okay, let me stop dooming. This is what happened to XKO came out. Everyone's like, okay, you're fucking dooming. This is hype, bro. This is hype. Okay. How does it feel to be a Marvel fan? This must have been the biggest mix-up because it's a JP dub. So people must have been like, what the fuck? And then they showed Marvel. All right, wait. Let's try to see. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on screen at the same time. So he pulls up. There's a shit. I guess he's blocking, calling assist at the same time. So somebody's getting hit. Actually, they're like both getting hit. Then they call more shit. Oh my god, bro. Some shit on the screen. Oh my god, bro. Alright. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. What's gonna happen is there will be something in the game. There will be a combination that makes the game make sense. That's what we pray for. That's the truth. There's always something. There's always something. I'm a different man than I used to be. Team games are not trash by default. There is a method. Why can't this coexist with Strive? Okay, let's talk about why I'm talking about like this, right? I'm not saying Strive is going anywhere, right? I actually am pretty sure there's going to be a Strive Season 5, right? That being said, I am a content creator and a tournament player, so once Strive starts getting like the Saturday final spot, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's not even an old game. Like ArcSys games, anime games typically don't get the lifespans that like Tekken and Street Fighter get. That's actually one of my main sad points. No, Strive is about average for an anime game. Well, no. For anime games, Strive is long, but typically ArcSys games, especially Guilty Gear, is longer than the others. you know, I do this full time to the best of my ability. And like one of the things you got to do is just you got to play new shit. Like at the beginning, I'm always interested in seeing how they want to push the genre forward. That's also why I like trying new games. But next year is going to be a very interesting year. Cause I kind of feel like now that 2X has to come up for this, you know, because this shit is like they're not tiptoeing around or stuff. They're just like, hey, it's almost done, you know.
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel.
Low key, by the way, these things that these people who were working at Sony are saying, you might watch this and be like, it's corpo speak, right? But they have been making like small fighting game moves quietly, like, you know, like for example, you can play Strive online tournaments on PS5. I actually, full disclosure, I was approached by Sony a couple years ago to make videos about like Guilty Gear on their esports channel. They do pay attention to the shit, you know what I mean?
PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre.
And what a statement. What a statement, by the way. See, you're watching the fighting game's like #1 hater, bro. Listen to this.
To the forefront of the tag fighting genre.
Hater LK is like, because Marvel Infinite launch was fucking terrible, and then Dragon Ball came out. So they're like, F. Like, we used to run this shit, and then Goku went, hey, it's me, Goku. Hey, it's me, Goku. And then we played that shit for a while, and that shit took over.
一番最初にマーベルさんに提出した時はなんとなくマイケルさんの反応はあんまり芳しくなかった印象があって、まあ何がまずいのかなっていろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれ。
Again, the hater in me, right? Okay, so this, by the way, I think is cool. This, I think is cool. They're like, make a fucking game, bro. Don't make MVC. Don't make fucking MVC. Make your shit. But I know there's a type of player who is not happy, who's probably not going to be happy with it.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければわかると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが、出ているかな。
He looks fucking godlike, dude. He looks fucking cold, bro. Actually, he looks fucking cold. I need Squirrel Girl in this. You might be spitting, bro. All right, so let's talk about something I think I might be the fighting game content creator, for English speakers at least, who could speak about this the best. This is about something kind of controversial, but it's ArcSys' general game design. So ArcSys uniquely has this. Okay, most fighting games have a cycle that they follow. So the classic one is like the NRS cycle of like the game gets supported for about 2 years, and about like a year and a half in, they announce something new, and they alternate between MK and Injustice for a while. ArcSys has had this cycle for quite a long time now, probably since like the mid 2000s, of like licensed IP fighter ArcSys game. So for example, ArcSys made this game. ArcSys made this game. This is a game like from 2005. This game is fucking insane. Yes, ArcSys made this game. ArcSys also made this game that you probably have not seen before. This game is made by ArcSys. Yes, this is made by ArcSys. The Sailor Moon fighting game. This is ArcSys' first fighting game. ArcSys also made this game. You might recognize them. And they also made a game with this fella in it, right? The main thing is, so one thing that's about ArcSys. So and by the way, this is why these games are so bullshit. Even though we love them and they're fun and they end up being super sweaty, they're really good at putting elements of the IP into their fighting games. So for example, H&K is a anime about killing people. Killing people by fucking kicking them and shit. They have, so not only do you literally die when you get hit in this game, right? Like the anime, but also there are subsystems in the game that fit the anime, like the star system that lets you like set up insta kills and stuff, right? The game has a lot of stress because it's like the anime, right? This game, when they announced this game, people were like, this is a fucking RPG with teenagers from Japan. Like, how the fuck are you gonna make a fighting game with this? So one, they did it. And two, The big systems of the game is they have stands that you could use the persona and they're literal attack buttons. And this game has status effects like RPGs. So you can be poisoned, you could be confused, you could be frozen, you could be rage where you fucking can't block but you do more damage. Like you literally could, there's status effect stuff. In this game, you fucking fly around and you shoot beams and shit and you teleport behind people and shit. Like the actual anime. And there's mechanics that are associated with that, like super dash and fucking vanish and key blast for projectiles and all that shit. On top of that, this game aside, to be fair, because this game is not a low execution game, but also each of their specifically IP fighters, because to be fair, Exerd players might not be ready to hear this, but Exerd was made to be easier than XX. Things are way more consistent. They opened up the buffer. A lot of people's combo problem got removed. New characters, like a common flame I have for Exerd is when a Raven player calls Strive a baby game. And I'm like, my brother, you must look at the mirror, please. So each game, they add elements to try to get people into the game to try to, like, I don't want to say solve, because I believe that people can play any game if they want, including a fighting game. But I would be lying if I said there's not friction around getting into fighting games. And there's the perspective of the actual fighting someone else. And there's the perspective of single player content. Because obviously single player content would help a lot more people get into fighting games, right? But also, like, for the people who are new, they try various things. I really feel like ArcSys keeps trying to push this thing and come up with unique ways of doing this. So this game specifically was extremely controversial for 2 reasons. Actually, 3 reasons. 1, the simple inputs. So everything's like quarter circles. 2, everyone has a reversal and it's 2 buttons. 3, there's auto combos. So now it's more common, but you can mash on 1 button and do like a really simple combo that does like a little bit of damage. There's strategic elements to it, like normals are locked behind it and stuff like that. But when the system was announced, people were mad. This game has a bunch of shit that fighting game players don't like. Despite now people are like, it's a sweaty game and whatever, right? The game has auto combos, the game has shit anti-airs, you don't get punished for getting hit, the fucking knockdown system, sparking, like there's a bunch of mechanics in this game that, or limit breaks, another one. There's a lot of like hand holding in the game, for lack of a better word, but also there's a ton of strategy around it. And the big thing about this game is the team building specifically. So going all the way back to this, normally this sentence, and we'll repeat it again for y'all.
あるんですけど、まあ本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、まあ、格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと、
From many other companies, that sentence means nothing. From many other companies, that would be marketing speak, corpo speak. Yap. From ArcSys specifically, I know they mean it. I know they mean it. I played enough of their games. Even BB and GG had these aspects too. Because remember, BB was the baby game originally, and then, you know, they iterated on it, and now it's the game that people love today. And similarly, Strive, you know, at the beginning, pretty simple game. They've iterated on it. Now it's a pretty sweaty game. So, 2v2's been done in 3v3. They're basically fighting games, 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3, right? 1v1, pretty straightforward. That's your Street Fighter, that's your Guilty Gear, that's your BlazBlue, that's your Persona. It's you versus the other person. 2v2, there's a couple of versions of 2v2. There's like the Marvel vs. Infinite 2v2. There's like the 2x kill 2v2. A lot of 2v2 games have this thing where like you tag into something else and the character stays, so you could do multiple shit at the same time to kind of like try to imitate aspects of 3v3. Yeah, that's that, because like the 3v3 thing, like you gotta remember, like, you know, gamers like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, right? Free Pokemon say it, free NPC 2, right? That game, it's very easy to say that. That game's from fucking like 2002? Maybe not that far back, but that game's from like early 2000s. It's pretty ambitious, but if it's you have a lead and 3 assists, that's something that's never been done before. There are fighting games, I'm gonna reference that every now and then. So there's one that's being played right now, but you know me, I have to be haha funny. And also, I think this game is coming out again. There is a game where there are a few fighting games actually, where you lead with a character and you have an assist, but it's not a team game. Any knowers in the chat? This is my original multi-bud training partner's favorite game, actually. It's fucking Aquapasa. This is a 2v2 fighting game, but it's actually a 1v1 fighting game with assists, like MK1. So it has been done before, just not at this scale. And again, I'm gonna repeat that when Arxis says shit like this, I believe them. I uniquely believe them. I do understand that these games are fucking bullshit, you know, that Arxis makes. You know, Arxis keeps making Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? But it's interesting, so I keep fucking playing them. By the way, this thing is the thing that I think we'll get to. This is the early critique.
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle.
This is the early critique. This is what people... Because again, by the way, I'm a hater, low-key. So I see team game, I go pain, and then I have to rationalize how to make it playable. Because that's just the type of fighting game player I am. I just don't like team games. Like, let's say you're watching this, or you're like watching this on YouTube or whatever, and you're like, but I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If you played practice me in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you're not gonna like the game. I'm playing Morgan Doom Virgil, or like my good friend Flux, who always has my back. Flux always goes, you would not play Morgan, you would play Zero, which he's fucking right. I definitely also possess the soul to play Zero, right? Because I think team games are bad by default. By default. So I'm like, I gotta play the shit that makes this game playable. But I believe the early flame that people will have for this game, all jokes aside, is that the fact that they are advertising as a 4v4, but it's a 1v1 with like 3 assists. We don't know that much about it, but like they're explicitly saying that, hey, you don't have, because that's what people, like, their number one complaint that people have, and they've tried to deal with it in the past. So specifically, let's take this fella. Remember this guy? You might know him. One thing about this game that was a meme, but is also true. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat myself. It's a meme, but it's also true. Is that there's a lot of Goku. And there's a lot of Goku. Dragon Ball Fight. Have you guys seen the character select screen for this game? Now, the meme is there's a lot of Goku. There's Goku, there's the father of Goku, there's Blue Goku, there's the son of Goku, there's, I'm pretty sure this guy can be Goku if he wants, right? There's a lot of Goku. But the truth about this game is that this game kind of only has 3 characters. The truth is, almost every character is either Bardock, SSJ Goku, or SSJ Vegeta. Almost every character in this game is based off one of these 3 characters. There are very few characters that are not based off one of these 3 characters. Nah? Yes. Trust me. Almost every single character in the game is based off one of these 3 characters. And one of the main changes they make to characters is to give them shit that one of these 3 characters have. So there's 2 reasons for this, right? 1 is just the type of game they want to make, but 2 is the thought that it's hard to learn multiple characters, because it's a 3v3 game, so the expectation is you have to play 3 characters. So if most of the characters are based off one of these 3 characters, if you have learned one of these 3 characters, you can play many characters in this game. And usually, when this game was like the main game, I was able to put out day 1 guides really quickly because of how much characters are based off one of these 3 characters. Not to say that the characters are literally the same, because it's not true. Like, obviously, base Vegeta is not the same as SJ Vegeta, is not the same as like Trunks, is not the same as Gotenks, but they have a lot of similar things. These characters share a lot of things. So that was their strategy in this game. So what I'm saying is they've tried before to deal with this problem of people being intimidated playing multiple characters, right? Because people have problems playing one character. Like, for example, let's say you play fighting games for a while, and you go to like R Fighters, you listen to someone talk about how Street Fighter 6 is hard. You're like, man, how could Street Fighter 6 possibly be hard? I play like this shit where you gotta play multiple characters, right? So they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about the person who's never played before. It's hard to learn the genre, and it's hard to just learn a character, let alone, and this is gonna be a 4v4, which has been never been done. So I'm really curious to what they're gonna do here.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get to experience this level of production, and it's just...
This guy plays Faust. Faust player, by the way. My goat, Pachi. Look at him. Look at Pachi.
まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
And this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Yeah. I'm I'm kind of speechless. I feel like I've gone through such a range of emotions in like an hour, for lack of a better word. I really want to see how they do this. It's gonna be a ride in this community, huh? I guess keeping it real, this will almost definitely be the main Arc Sys game in tournaments. Many, now I'm not saying all, but many of the best NAEU Strive players are kind of trying to not play Strive. I, unironically, I know I hate how I have to say it because people keep saying I'm taking checks and shit. I wish I was taking checks to play Strive, bro. I legitimately like Strive a lot, and I kind of wanted to play it for next year. But I definitely thought basically everybody was gonna go to 2xKO. But now I think people have to make a choice, or if people are not doing content, then they'll try both. And I mean, I think in my case, I'm gonna play both, and then just see what I vibe with more, / see what ends up being more popular. I don't know. We gotta just, honestly, 2026 gotta be a crazy year for fighting games, dude. Like, this year was kind of a quiet year, because this year is like what? It's like Fatal Fury, which is a fighting game player's fighting game, right? And there's Hunter x Hunter, right, which everyone thinks is a meme game. And is there anything else? No, next year is kind of a big year. This is extremely out of left field. I'm not gonna lie. Like very, 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 very out of left field. But let me say that I'm definitely curious. And we'll see. We'll see. In the end, I also, I put these games through the ringer too, right? Like, I kept playing Strive and other, I kept playing Strive. I'm playing Strive still right now, against from 2021. And as a competitive fighting game player, my hopium is always there's something that makes the game make sense. There's something that will make the game make sense. What's the verdict? We lock in.